I don't drink soda.
It is cool.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. We haven't started yet. I know. We're going to bring it up right away, but we haven't even started yet. We're just doing sound checks and stuff. Uh-huh. Okay.
This motherfucker.
All right. Okay, bye.
What's he want?
We have to talk about the 30th anniversary of Peter Pan. Yeah.
I don't even like Peter Pan.
Me neither. I mean,
That's
if
like
we're talking Hook, maybe.
That's
but
like a mid-tier.
Peter Pan, I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have to promote Peter Pan, I guess.
Fuck. All right.
Okay. We got all the lights on. Jerry, are we good? I'm going to get this product placement out of the way. I don't want the paper bag company to...
Let me put my candidate sash on.
Yeah? Stay on the... I mean...
Stay on the campaign trail.
Stay on the campaign trail, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't tell me to come off the campaign trail just because I didn't win, allegedly.
Hold on.
There's still counting votes in some places anyways.
Is that true?
Probably.
Recounting votes, maybe?
Probably
Stuff's-
that also.
That shit's infused, man.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Let me have a gander.
Check it out.
It smells pretty good. It just looks like regular weed?
No.
No?
No.
No, hell no.
Yeah, here, look, check it out. You know. That ain't no regular weed, man. It's like a rock. It's like a crack rock.
I don't know. I've seen regular weed
Maybe I
that looks
should.
like this.
Jerry, bleep that. Probably shouldn't say that right at the top.
I'm calling.
You think it's not infused?
I mean, maybe they like rolled it around in some keef or something, but it doesn't look as infused to me as the last infused weed that you showed me,
no.
or previous infused weeds that I've seen with my.
See, I think it's soaked. I think that you just can't tell because it's been soaked and then dried.
Do you think if you get like a UV light, like a, you know what I mean, like how they see cum stains,
Yeah.
you just shine one of those lights over it, and
Probably.
you can see
It'll reveal
infusion.
what's in there. Does that catch infusion? Does that bring out infusion?
I mean, what am I fucking building out of the science guy?
Yeah, true.
I'm not.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
Yo, this episode of the Natural Habitat Podcast is brought to you by the 30th anniversary edition of Peter Pan, available on Disney Plus. For a limited time, you get to see remastered.
Yep. There's going to be some.
God, this sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Some all new deleted scenes.
Mm-hmm.
These are new scenes that they created for this 30th anniversary release,
Yep.
and then they deleted them. And you got to see it. Eventually, it's going to go back into the Disney vault.
Mm.
They're going to lock it up in the Disney vault. You won't be able to
Wait,
buy
so they
it.
created them and then
Yes.
deleted them?
Yeah, because I mean, there were no deleted scenes from the original movie.
Yeah, true. They drew everything and put it out.
They did it all.
So go catch that now on Disney Plus. Use the code NHP and you don't get anything.
No, absolutely not.
But it'll track it. It'll track us in the system. Thank you for tuning into the Natural Habitat Podcast. My name is Mikey Booyah.
My name is Awesome Ty.
Satchmo's here. He's a hand puppet that was taken from indentured servitude and put onto the show where he gets paid a handsome salary and, has the camaraderie and friendship.
He's really
of the
living
crew.
a sweet life.
Computer's also here. The one and only artificially intelligent podcast co-host. And, really just a true testament to the future.
Yeah. Also joining us live via satellite up in Canada somewhere is Free Candy. Free Candy.
Say hello, bud.
That's great, Free Candy. We'll check in with him later.
Yeah. We want to thank you guys for tuning in, and we also want to let you thank us. You're welcome. All right. I feel like our housekeeping at the beginning, it's gotten pretty tight. you know.
It has, but that makes me feel like it's almost gotten too tight.
Too tight?
You know what I mean? I think it might be time to consider
Shake
mixing it up.
huh?
We shake it up.
I think so. I think I like that.
Also, please take the time to like, subscribe, review us, share us with your pals, and help the algorithm take a liking to us, because they most certainly don't currently.
Another thing that you could do is take our thumbnail from our from this episode, and you save it, download it, print it out on some high quality gloss paper.
Yeah.
I mean, you could even take it to your local FedEx store or Kinko's.
Do they still have Kinko's?
I don't think they have a Kinko's now, but FedEx will do it. And print it out, get it nice, and then you could hang that up in like bathrooms, right in front of urinals where people see it when they pee.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you do that, be sure to take a picture and tag us in it, and we'll give you a shout out.
We'll give you a spiff, which could be anything. You know, that's just some sort of perk for doing it, I think. Is that what a spiff means?
A spiff?
Yeah.
Were you not just making that up?
No, that's a real thing.
I don't know of that to be a real thing.
Computer, what is a spiff?
A spiff is a noun that refers to a bonus or other form of compensation given to retail salespeople for promoting a particular
Okay. I learned a new word today.
It's a practice in the retail industry to provide spiffs to
Computer, stop!
salespeople as an incentive to increase sales.
Computer, stop!
Computer, stop. Sorry about that, everyone.
So yeah, it's a bonus. So you'll get a bonus of some sort. You know, it's probably going to be a pizza party, knowing bonuses.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah, do that. And there's a lot of ways that you can support us and support the show. One thing that I want to talk about straight out the gate, besides the 30th anniversary edition of Peter Pan, available now on Disney Plus with newly created deleted scenes, is I'm going to just scroll to a random part in our podcast notes, and I got Italian accents is what I got to.
Oh, was that from the Mafia arc?
It might, that note might have started the Mafia arc, now that I think about it.
I feel like Italian accents are one of the last that you can kind of do without it being considered distasteful. I mean, maybe it is already considered distasteful, but not full-blown racist. You know what I mean? We can do an Italian accent without getting canceled. And plus, I'm a part Italian anyway, so
and we're in the Mafia, and that actually does remind me of what I did really want to say.
It's an Italian accent, eh? No. No, that wasn't so great. Computer, do an Italian accent.
Accent in Italian is accento.
Okay. Safe. That was safe. That was smart. Next time that someone tells me to do an Italian accent, I'm just going to say accento.
Accento.
And pretend that they're asking me for the word accent in Italian.
Yeah, that's good.
That's smart. Yeah, I did want to say that we are still very much involved in the family. We want to thank the family.
Yes, yeah. We are paying a kickback to the family. That's between us and the family. You don't need to know the details of that.
But they're getting a spiff. Trust me.
Yeah. The family they're being compensated. We're paying up. There's no need to send anyone over again.
And that's not some sort of like agreement or anything. That's just the right thing to do. You help out your family.
Yeah, exactly.
Stick together.
Nobody's forcing us at gunpoint or with threats of physical violence. That's like immature thinking on your part, if that's what came to mind.
Now, we have been getting threatened, though, not by the family, but by, I don't know if it's members of or just like trolls online. The last episode was about a new conspiracy theory, the Chicken Wackers.
The Chicken Wacker. Yep. And I forgot about that.
We put that out. It immediately became a controversial episode. A lot of people were talking about it. A lot of people were clipping it. And apparently the Chicken Wackers are, something you're not supposed to talk about. A lot of people warned me, including you, not to discuss it.
Yeah, you know what? But actually, in retrospect now, I was a bit apprehensive at the time. You can't go through life, with that kind of mindset where you're scared to speak your mind and expose things and shed light on information.
Oh, really? Because we flipped because now I think that we shouldn't have talked about it. And I deleted the episode. I made it private, but there's already so many clips out there that were taking us out of context and playing a lot of things, mix mash together. So I thought it was a good idea to, make it public again, so that way people could at least see the original video and see that we weren't calling out these chicken whackers or threatening them in any way.
Yeah, no, we were just doing our research right along with the viewers, kind of being exposed to this for the first time ourselves.
It's really Jack Wagner is to blame. So if you want to blame anybody for this, it's Jack Wagner. So people that have been, commenting on our video, people that have been calling us and hey, your flashlight is on.
Jack Wagner, host of the Otherworld podcast, and formerly, but still. He's like
yeah, sorry, you got to take over.
Yeah, Jack Wagner, he's got like a paranormal podcast where he talks about things of the occult and paranormal and UFOs and shit like that. And that's who first introduced Mikey to these chicken whackers.
So it's his fault. And people, that have been commenting, people that have been coming by the studio, people that are waiting outside right now.
Wait, what?
Lay off, People are here. People are mad. There was a guy in the back seat of my car the other day. I got in my car and I start driving, and then I feel like a pinch on my arm. And I turn around and there's this guy in the back, black hat, black jacket, like all blacked out.
Was he a chicken whacker?
I don't know, but he said stop. And I don't know if he meant stop the car or if he meant stop talking about the chicken whackers on your podcast.
Are you certain it wasn't just like a carjacker or just some sort of local oaf?
I mean, local oaf, maybe.
I mean, we've got a great deal of oafs.
But I think that he wasn't trying to steal my car, because as soon as he said stop, I stopped. He got out. He did like a menacing kind of like Joker laugh,
I feel like he should have been, it would have been in his interest to be more specific with his messaging.
More direct, right?
Yeah.
So that way I knew what to stop.
I mean, there's tons of things you could stop.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of things that you should stop, but which one? You can't just stop everything.
Yeah, so I assume that it was the chicken whackers just because it's the most recent thing that I started.
What if he meant stop podcasting in general? What if he doesn't want us?
Yeah, you could just be someone that doesn't like the show.
He's just tired of the show. For some reason, it's being forced upon him. Maybe his child plays it in the car.
Or he clicked on it too many times, and now the algorithm just feeding it to him.
Maybe he just doesn't like our existence just perplexes him, and he just doesn't want us to be around, regardless of whether he's consuming the product or not.
Yeah, it could be.
I mean, there's a lot of things we could stop, but I'll go ahead and I'll say that's probably what it was.
Yeah. So another thing that I wanted to talk about was
so that's it with the chicken whackers?
Yeah, that's it. Just stop. We weren't, it's not our fault. It's Jack Wagner's fault.
Oh yeah.
They've been threatening us.
It's not our fault.
That's all.
Fuck off.
And, because of our ties to this family, if you don't stop, then,
Yeah, things can happen. Accidents happen all the time.
So we're about to hit a huge milestone, which is episode 750.
750, baby.
Now, that's actually the next episode. This is 749.
749.
And we're at 3/4 of the way to 1,000 episodes.
We're getting there, man. Could you imagine when you started this podcast that it would see 750 episodes?
No, that's wild.
I mean, that's inconceivable for probably any podcast. That's like a unrealistic amount of podcasts to aspire to have.
Sometimes I even think that I jumped from 200 to 500, maybe to like kind of buff the numbers a little bit. And pad it out.
No, I think they're all there.
They're all there.
I mean, granted, the frequency of them has kind of varied throughout the years.
3 a week.
3 a week, and then there's some weeks where there's none. There's just no shows.
So, there's a lot. And then I think your earliest appearance was on like episode 17.
We dug it up on one of the milestone episodes of a previous milestone.
Yeah. So We've been putting them out, and 750 is a big milestone.
We've been doing this.
Yeah, we've been on it. We actually were a podcast before Joe Rogan.
We were a podcast before almost every
Anybody.
podcast.
And who's the other guy, the godfather of podcasting? Adam
Mark Maron?
No, Adam something.
Adam Carolla?
That's close. But as someone, hey Siri, who's the godfather of podcasting? His name's like Adam something.
Computer, who's
Adam
the godfather? Computer, who's the godfather of
In the novel
podcasting?
The Godfather by Mario Puzo. The first two movies
Computer.
of the trilogy by
Who made the first podcast?
The podcast Somewhere in the Skies is written by Ryan Sprague / Entertainment One.
Computer, stop! You're wrong. Sorry.
I think computer needs an update or something.
Seriously.
Because fucking this is not doing it. And I'm thinking about maybe, here, wait, let's press the button so that computer can't hear us. I'm thinking about getting rid of computer, replacing computer with Siri with GPT integration.
I'll tell you what, it makes me sick to my stomach that smart plug is dead and computer's not the one that was smashed to pieces. And as far as I'm
computer
concerned,
just heard that. It's okay.
Computer, I meant that facetiously.
All right, we're good. Yeah. I really wish that smart plug. I miss him. I do miss him.
Computer, play I'll Be Missing You.
Sure, I'll Be Missing You, featuring Faith Evans, 112 by Diddy from Spotify.
Smart plug. He was a good man. He was around. He was always here for the show. He was always front and center, ready to get live, ready to have a good time and entertain everybody. Yeah, he said faggot. Who cares? It's not even a big deal.
You used to be able to say that.
Yeah, and it's coming back around. You could say retard now. Computer, stop. So, yeah, I miss him, and I think that computer is, getting on my last nerve.
Yeah, computer, you're skating on thin ice, pal. You're skating on thin ice, and you saw what happened to Nancy Kerrigan.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Well, I wish you'd figure it out, dude, because, I don't know if it's because Smart Plug's gone, so a lot of our anger and hatred is being directed towards computer. But
no, I feel like he's become complacent. He's gotten lackadaisical.
Yeah,
is that a word?
Yeah.
Lackadaisical, and he's just really like his effort.
He's phoning it in.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And I think he does feel like he's irreplaceable, and he's just not.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully we can figure out something with that and get him an update. That'd be ideal. Get him an update. Get him up to speed. Get him moving with the rest of the show.
Yeah.
But if anybody out there knows any, sentient, inanimate objects that would like to be a part of the show, because we're looking for a new co-host, and we don't really need a third human, mainly because of space. And
ideally, it would be something that can kind of fit here in the desktop area relatively easy.
Because we don't want to share the spotlight. We only got 2 spotlights, baby.
Yeah.
So we're not bringing in some third idiot here that you guys are going to like more than us.
No, not going to happen.
So we need something here. And, truth be told, I'm thinking about getting rid of that fucking phone. A little bit, freeing up that space.
What do you think would happen if we did?
Hey. I was kidding. No, I was kidding. The joke was like, I'm going to, because I never could. There's no way. We're contractually obligated. Yeah. Obviously. Okay. What about? Are you sure? All right. Here you go. Let's talk to you.
About what?
You find out.
Listen, Doug, I know last week some things were said in the heat of the moment, and you got to understand that we're all human here. We got to work together. whether we like it or not. And I realized that how I conducted myself was not professional, and it's not reflective of who I am as a person. No. What else do you want me to say about fucking Peter Pan, Doug? Okay. All right.
Are you serious?
So,
There's more Peter Pan stuff?
Yeah. Right now, when you sign up for Disney Plus, you can enter to win a limited edition plushie of Captain Smee. Not Captain Smee, Smee. He was like the sidekick for Hook.
Mate.
Yeah, Smee. He's like the little portly, rotund guy that was basically Captain Hook's bitch. You can get a plushie of him.
Okay.
Now, this isn't available for general sale to the public. This is something that you're automatically entered to win in some sort of a raffle. I think he said like 2,500 of them are going to be made. So right now, when you sign up for Disney Plus, you do automatically get entered into that raffle or contest or whatever to receive it's like a 16-inch plushie of Smee.
16-inch.
Yeah,
Is this a Squishmallow brand?
He didn't mention that. I would assume it's probably at least in that style. Now I can't attest to why they didn't select one of the more popular or memorable characters from that film, but Smee, he's cute and cuddly, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, they should have gone with Rufio.
Rufio's from Hook.
Oh, Rufio wasn't in the original Peter Pan story?
I don't think so. I mean, they had the Lost Boys, right? They were at least referenced. I haven't watched that movie. To be full disclosure, I'm not a big fan of the movie.
Of Peter Pan?
I'm not. Hey, Doug. No, I was saying I'm not. Doug, would you listen to me? Doug, I said I'm not a big fan of the movie. I'm not Peter Pan. I didn't say fan. I said I'm not a big fan of the movie. That's, Peter's obviously the big fan of the movie. Mm-hmm. I'm not even in the movie, Doug. All I'm trying to do is promote this fucking commemorative Smee plush toy that you can enter to win by signing up for Disney Plus. Okay. All right. Sorry. You misheard me. I'm sorry.
All right.
I just want to clarify that I actually am a big fan of the Peter Pan movie.
Oh, you are?
I'm a big fan. Yeah. Yeah. TikTok Croc. That's my guy. TikTok Croc. That's my favorite character from the movie. But really, all of them are great. You got Wendy. You've got Hook. Mm-hmm. Tinkerbell. Mm-hmm. Tinkerbell. I mean, who doesn't love some Tinkerbell? You've got Smee.
I guess Smee is probably the most plushy shaped out of all of them.
He's rotund. He's he's portly.
So it does make sense. But yeah, I mean, it's a great movie. I guess it's an iconic movie. Right?
I mean, I don't want to say that it's the best Disney movie because, frankly, all the Disney movies are kind of like on a tier above every other film. Mm-hmm. And, just kind of like an even tier. But I mean, compared to something that like DreamWorks made or any other studio, I mean, it's the best.
Yeah, it really is. So what were we talking about before that?
Peter Pan, the 30th anniversary.
No, before that.
Oh, I see. This is the problem here. Is he just calls us randomly while we're live doing an episode,
and just throws a wrench and everything.
Yeah, it's hard to focus.
Well, okay. One thing that I want to talk about is the Logan. Wait, no. The other day I. Oh, wait, no. Before we talk about the fight, because nobody cares about the fight, right? But I got a hot take on the fight. I got a take that nobody else has.
Yeah, I want this sizzling hot take you've been promising, because as far as I'm concerned, there's really only one take that you could come away from that fight with.
Yeah. And it's the take that everybody has. Everybody's walking around. They say, it was rigged. Mike Tyson, looked good in the beginning, and then he was old, and then it was sad, and Jake Paul was just beating up an old man. And how come he didn't act like he did in training? There's a lot of conspiracies about him throwing the fight and shit, right? Well, I have a take that nobody else has. And I have to find it first.
Well, you don't know this take off the top of your head?
Well, no, I put it in my notes just so I could
I mean, it's a take. It's not a script.
Here we go. Okay. So, I just want to make sure that I hit all the points that I'm trying to hit,
Okay.
So I think that this fight was planned out. Did you see the leaked script?
Yeah, I did see the leaked script, but it didn't go according to that script.
Well, because they had to change it. So they probably had multiple. They probably had multiple scripts, maybe 2, possibly 3 scripts that they had practiced and memorized, so that way they knew. Because I'm sure it's probably not really crazy. Even the script that linked was Logan Paul shows dominance, or Jake Paul, whatever the fuck. Jake shows dominance, and towards the end of the round, Tyson starts pushing back. It's really vague, so it doesn't every step in swing isn't in there. And I think there was multiple scripts, so they just changed the script, easy peasy. And there was a lot of buffering issues that everyone was talking about.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
People were talking about how deplorable it was, how Netflix should be ashamed of themselves. I'm filing a lawsuit. Memes this is how much of my Netflix bill I'm paying, and it's 25%.
I mean, I saw that coming miles away, because this is the first major live sporting event they've ever broadcast. I mean, they did some warm-up ones, some smaller scale stuff, but you're talking 60 million viewers.
Yeah.
They've never done anything like that as far as broadcasting a live sporting event.
Check it out. They just did the roast of Tom Brady.
Yeah, see, but that's a fraction of that.
No, it was the biggest streaming event, one of the biggest streaming events in history. And it had comparable views to the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight.
I need to see those numbers, because I feel maybe
Here, look, let's run it. Computer, how many people watched the Tyson and Paul fight?
60 million.
From therichest.com. The Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight is set to be a major spectacle, attracting around 80,000 in-person spectators and possibly up to 500 million viewers on Netflix.
Okay.
I read that it was in the neighborhood of 60,000 live.
The Tyson versus Paul fight.
Make sure you say live, though.
108 million.
See, that I don't think that's live. I don't think
live viewers globally.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So there's no way that the Brady was even close to
how many people watched the roast of Tom Brady live? $1.6 billion. No, that's total views. What was the other one?
What
was the other one?
It's 108 million.
108 million. This is 80 million. So it's close. It's not far behind.
That seems questionable to me. But I see what you're saying. But even
there was no issues at all, no buffering, no anything like that. And then during the Tyson Paul fight, there was buffering issues that were conveniently placed during certain moments.
But there were buffering issues throughout the entire undercard also.
Yeah, but people were talking about it. But I only experienced buffering issues during the pre-fight interviews with Tyson and right when they were walking out of the ring. And my world is me.
Yeah.
So
I don't think we definitely like in the fight right before that we were watching it, and I feel like that's when I had the most issues was in the women's fight, the title fight, which was actually a really good fight. But
yeah, it was.
I didn't have any really major issues during the Tyson fight at all. But I mean, like in any event, like I anticipated it. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be like, anytime you have that many people streaming like one source, like live on the fly, you got to assume that people are going to have problems. I mean, I don't think anyone's mastered that completely, you know, aside from broadcast television.
Yeah. But I think that Netflix has the money to pull it off, you know?
Yeah, they should have been over prepared for it.
So I think that the glitching and the buffering was placed there intentionally.
Okay.
To create frustration and to get people to want to go back, not only go back and view it after it's posted live, they want to go back and see the parts that they missed that it was buffering through. So it gets extra plays on the back end. But they also are setting up for a docuseries, which is going to be like a road to the fight that's going to follow Jake Paul and Mike Tyson on their training regimens and going up to the fight and like a behind the scenes view on everything. And then the finale of it is going to be the fight in HD, all cut together all night.
See, I feel like if that is their plan, the fight being such just a terrible fight really kills that, because people are going to be, anxious to completely forget about this fight because it was an absolutely atrocious boxing match, and people aren't going to want to go back and rewatch it on account of they know who won and it was not a memorable fight in any capacity. No. And then also they're not going to nobody's going to want to go back and watch the lead up to it either, because they're, we all saw Mike Tyson come out and look like a shell of himself. Whether he threw the fight or not, we'll never know. But you could see it when he walked out. I knew that was like one of the indicators that I was looking for, was like Mike Tyson has a certain look in his eyes when he comes out for a fight. It's like a switch has been flipped and he's like a different person. And when he came out, he looked like sad. He looked legitimately bummed out. Like he knew that he was about to.
I thought he looked like he had shark eyes. Like he like his eyes were like dead and hollow, like in a dangerous way. I thought he had switched to Tyson.
See, I don't know. Like I had watched a bunch of Tyson clips leading up to the event, and it just did not. Like as soon as I saw him walk out, I was like, oh man, he's in trouble. Mm-hmm. And after seeing the fight and having been following his training and seeing his sparring and seeing how few punches he actually threw in the fight, I was left with no other conclusion that, this is something was off, something was afoot. And I'm not gonna come right out and say that like, oh, he threw the fight, but like, man, that was not Mike Tyson. I don't feel like he was. I don't think he was performing at what he was capable of having shown, in sparring or whatever just recently.
Yeah, sparring looked crazy.
I mean, like he was
so
not
quick.
Throwing punches.
And then there was multiple times like you could see clips from the fight where he has openings and he could easily throw that
and he's
deadly
like
punch.
Chewing on his glove, doing like nervous ticks. And
well, he
I
always
feel like
chewed on his glove. That was like his thing forever.
Still, I mean, like that aside, like I don't know, something seemed off, and I don't know. I mean, he's had some recent health concerns, and like that could be, there could be something going on that none of us know about. But and it's hard to imagine that it was completely rigged. Like, I mean, as much as it does seem that way, but I mean, fuck, who knows at this point? Mm-hmm. But I don't know. That bummed me out. It was tough to watch.
Well, I found out. Sorry, I did text back my lawyer.
You got
it. So there was in the front row of the fight, in the audience, that was right behind the like main shot, was a bunch of Netflix executives. Obviously, it's a Netflix production. And there was also a guy there. His name was Sending about them. Well-known Adam Kachenkin, who is head of programming and specializes in sports docuseries. And they're saying that he was there making sure that everything went to plan and that he knew what was going on. He was reading the script.
Oh, so he's the puppet master.
Yeah.
He's the one conducting the marionettes as they... Okay.
He's watching it happen. He's watching it go down. And then these people there, they looked really weird. They weren't like, yeah, fight. They were like...
precious money.
And their eyes were like blinking sideways instead of top. It was like, there's crazy videos.
Reptilians.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So see, before, like, your conspiracy theory didn't really make that much sense to me, but as soon as you throw in reptilians into the equation, all of a sudden I feel like the odds of it actually being accurate skyrocket.
Right.
They go through the roof.
In today's day and age, we got Mike Lindell's the fucking head of the CIA or whatever.
You've got just the wackiest Trump cabinet of all time. And you know what? I thought for a second, maybe Iron Mike picks up the victory. It heals our divided nation for a week or so. But no, like it's...
Who's Iron Mike? Michelle Obama?
Iron Mike Tyson.
Oh. Yeah, fuck. Sorry. That is his name, Iron Mike. I forgot.
But no, I think it was more almost like the complete opposite, to where they're like, no, this is really Trump's America. This is really Trump's. I mean, Jake Paul is a big MAGA guy.
Yeah, and Trump's America is Jake Paul wins. Yeah,
it was basically like really hammering that final nail into the coffin.
Yeah, because this really was
progressive America.
Yeah, this wasn't like just a fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. This was like a generational war.
Yeah, yes.
And like a culture war.
Yeah, I feel like Gen Z and millennials especially we kind of like had the coffin lid shut on us, and again, this was the final nail. And now we're just, it's no longer our America. It's no longer will nostalgia ploys from entertainment executives cater to us anymore. No. It's going to be already, like they're trying to appeal to Gen Z's nostalgia and whatever the next one is.
Because I mean, look at us. We're over here. We're trying to get 1,000 subs on YouTube.
We're going to be brushed to the side very quick in short order. If Paul, not, we already have been.
Jake Paul just fought Mike Tyson in one of the largest stream Netflix things ever. He's 17, dude. So it's wild. And I think that really was a war of the...
Do you think maybe Disney will cancel our contracts soon due to our failure to gain traction and our declining viewership, and the fact that they want to get younger like Gen Z guys in here?
Oh yeah.
Shit.
Maybe because we're about to do the rebrand thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. Wait, so wouldn't that be bad? Because then we're going to be stuck with Disney because we're rebranding into the Gen Z.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Okay. Sorry. I got you. I got you.
Stop paying attention to what we're saying, guys. This is a private conversation between pals. That's you.
I feel like he shouldn't be able to hear us when we're whispering.
Got the whole room bugged.
Hey, Doug.
Dougie, my guy.
Yeah.
Tell him I said hi.
Ty says hi, by the way. Sorry to interrupt you. Okay. What? No. That was a joke. We were saying that, like, what if, that'd be like a crazy thing to do. And you are, okay, hold on. He said that they already had that planned and that we were talking about the Gen Z thing. And he said, better time than ever, that they have something planned with like a Gen Z angle.
Jesus
on the show.
Christ. All right.
Okay. Yeah. What is it? Okay. I guess he texted me something. Yeah. Okay. I mean, you could have told us this before the show or after the show, and we.
I'm not doing it this week.
Next episode, because
you
can't just stop. We can't
change
and call us in the middle of the show and be like, oh yeah.
You got to give us time to prepare. I need to get some face tats.
Yeah. Okay. All right, yeah, I'll read it. But we're not going to go into this right now because we're wrapping up the show here. In like another 10, 15 minutes, we're out of here. So I'm not going to go into this thing right now with nothing planned. No. Yes, we do appreciate everything that Disney does for us. Well, yes. Okay. All right, I'll tell him. He said he loves you.
Oh, if it's stuck.
So he sent us this text, which is apparently our new personas for next week.
Are we just talk about it? We just gotta like come back next week like nothing happened.
Well, no, fuck it. I'm not gonna go and fucking do this song and dance for him. I'm not gonna take credit for this either. I'm gonna let people know that Doug texted us and said that we're rebranding as Gen Z characters.
I mean, I do feel like I look young enough to possibly fit the role. I'm not, and that's, but that doesn't mean that I don't feel disrespected by it.
Yeah, and he's changing our names, which has to be shocking, right? Yeah. Well, our first names are going to be the same, but our last names are changing. I'm going to be known as Mikey Blast, and the I in Mikey is a 1. Okay.
Oh shit.
Yeah, keep laughing, Ty Flex, because that's your name, Ty Flex. Mikey Blast and Ty Flex. Yeah.
Fuck.
So
and that's gonna be episode 750. Like we're celebrating.
Fuck, it is 750
milestone, like of our great illustrious history, and all of a sudden, nope. Like he better, out with the old, in with the new, out with, in with. Fuck. He did it on purpose for sure.
Yeah. Well, okay, hold on. What if we do this? Would we be able to drop next week's episode like as a new show with Mikey Blast and Ty Flex?
Are we rebranding
we do a whole
the whole
new
show?
Episode 1.
And then he can't have 750. 750 is ours until we get out of this contract.
Yeah, and then we hold off for another, 2.5 years or whatever it is. And then we do 750 when we get released from the contract. Or we try to get out of this. We could also do that.
I don't know. Let's call Natalie.
Natalie Coldwater
could
help us. Yeah, she could get us out of this. So yeah, I think that the Tyson fight was all staged and rigged and done in this way to create controversy and build up hype for this new show, which is leading up to a Legends League type of...
Oh, they did allude to that with Shaq and Rob Gronkowski. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah,
but they did like a little teaser for that.
And he said, we're doing NFL and NBA.
Okay. Yeah. I can connect the dots there a little bit.
And then Gronk acted like he didn't know what he was talking about. He was like, wait, are these going to be retired players or active players? And then Shaq was like, I don't know, man. I just made it up right now.
Yeah.
So they tried to play it off like they weren't.
Yeah.
Like they weren't saying what's really happening.
I hadn't even thought about that, but
it was a Freudian slip,
Yeah, I could see that.
So I think that they're creating this Legends League, and the hype is gonna be built up by the show, which will be following the two fighters throughout their training camps. So you can just do that show over and over again with every fighter. And it had to be sparked by something. Because if they just put out the show, I don't think people would care. There's not enough.
And they're moving towards streaming live sports. They're doing they have an NFL game on Christmas for the first time ever, live NFL game on Netflix. And then
that's cool.
Monday Night Raw is moving exclusively to Netflix beginning the first of the year.
Yeah, the announcer for the Tyson fight was like a WWE announcer. And he was talking about how Raw is going to be live.
Yeah.
On Netflix. And I think that they needed something because people aren't really, they're into live sports.
We gotta get to Netflix.
What?
We gotta get from Disney to Netflix.
Yeah, I would like that. That would be sick.
I'm just totally joking.
Yeah, cut that out serious, Jerry.
Son of a bitch, better.
You know what I fucking hate about Jerry?
Oh, dude, so much.
There's a list, dude. I have a list in my phone.
I just
that I've
hate,
been keeping.
I hate him like as a human being.
Yeah.
Just on a personal level.
Okay.
I just hate he fucked over our. Speaking of Thanksgiving, which he fucked over multiple years running, we couldn't even do a Thanksgiving special this year because we knew Jerry would fucking ruin it.
We didn't even think.
But no,
about it.
but I just hate him mostly because of that, but several other reasons.
The main thing is that he barely ever cuts shit out. Every time I tell him to cut shit out, he just keeps it in. If I tell him to cut it out, then I need it out of here.
It's crazy how little he does. It's like he's non-existent.
Very rarely it's a bit, where I'll be like, oh, cut that out. But you'll be able to tell because I'll do a wink afterwards.
Worst producer ever.
So, yeah, I think that there wasn't enough people into boxing. That was my point.
Yeah.
There's not enough people into boxing. And they're trying to do these live sports. But sports is still like, unless you're talking NFL, which they don't have yet.
They do now. Or they're gonna.
They're about to have live NFL?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. On Christmas, they're going to have live.
You said hockey.
No, I didn't.
I'm almost positive you said hockey.
Okay, well, I meant NFL. They have they have a live NFL game on Christmas Day. The Kansas City Chiefs, who are a topic of their own, but
maybe you said NFL and I just heard NHL for some
reason. Could be.
But okay, so that's crazy. Yeah. And now that they're trying to bring sports to Netflix, they had to have something that would kick off this new Legends League. But not enough people were into boxing. So they used this fight to lead into this series, which will lead into this league.
The only thing is, though, like if you were doing that, wouldn't you want a legend to win and like show you coming into this thing that, hey, these guys still got it?
Nope.
You never know. Every once in a while, the old dog can pull one out.
Tyson got paid $20 million.
Yeah, and Jake Paul got paid $40.
Plus the extra $5 million that Jake Paul paid him for lasting more than 5 rounds or something like that. Jake Paul got paid $12 million.
No, I heard Jake Paul got paid double what Tyson did. I heard Jake Paul got paid $40 million.
No, I think it's the other way around. I think Tyson got paid double what Jake Paul did.
And given that fact, that seems really low versus like what boxers sometimes make and what Netflix generated off of this.
Yeah, right.
Like
and they be giving people like $50 million to make a movie.
Yeah.
And there's like, here you go, make us a movie.
Well, we just want to clarify that none of the numbers on today's episode have been fact checked or proven. So we're just kind of going with a rough estimate based off what we heard through the grapevine. Yeah.
But Jake made $12 million, but it was also part of the agreement that he would win. So he wins, he makes less money. Tyson, his net worth was $10 million, and then he just made double his net worth in one night.
See, I also don't believe that Tyson's net worth, I mean, maybe he made some poor financial decisions and his net worth had dwindled significantly recently.
He put a lot of his money into his weed business, which I think failed.
Oh, did that? Oh, shit.
Yeah. Or it's still, going
It
rocky.
wasn't good weed. I bought some once.
Yeah, it wasn't good. But, that doesn't mean we're not trying to slander Tyson's weed.
No.
If anything, he needs it right now. You should probably go buy the weed.
Go buy some Tyson weed.
So yeah, I think that this was all planned and orchestrated by Netflix to kind of jump start to their sports section, because NFL's NFL, but then you only get NFL. But if you can make some sort of docu-series around it that could pull in people that are like kind of into sports, but not the kind of people that are like, oh, did you see this guy and that guy and they're drafted so-and-so? Because sports are really like,
yeah,
you're either on one end of the spectrum or the other. And I think that they can make it like, if it was Jake Paul and like if it was always an influencer with a fighter, like a popular fighter, then you could pull in both crowds to watch the show. Even if you're watching it to hate watch Jake Paul, you could still watch that show not being a fan of boxing. You know?
Oh yeah, 100%. I think that's Jake Paul's real draw because he's obviously not a viable boxer. I mean, that's not to say he couldn't potentially be down the road, but if he wanted to, he would go through the ranking system like any other professional boxer, which he's elected not to do. Rather, he picks and chooses these
retired people,
people that
retired fighters,
or
right?
MMA fighters. He gets them to go in a boxing match, which isn't their, that's not what they're
Imagine fighting one way your whole life, and then all
Anderson
of a sudden
Silva
you're
and
only
Nate
allowed
Diaz.
to punch.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's just kind of been. I mean, if he had any interest in being a credible boxing contender, he could very easily enter the professional ranks. He's only boxed one other, the Mayweather thing. He boxed Mayweather. That was a crock of shit. But he boxed Tommy Fury, who is really the only current present day boxing star that he's boxed, and he lost that fight. That's his one loss.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, Jake Paul. I mean, I don't know. It's it's just a cash grab. That's all they want. They want teens to tune in, and they want to be big on TikTok. They want views, and really they're willing to desecrate the sport to get it. So
I think that this was really it's going to set off a chain of events that was all planned. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. I'm on board with that.
So one thing that we want to do before we get out of here is we want to announce that we are going on tour.
We're going on tour. We're coming to your city.
We're going on tour. We're coming to your city. Sorry about that. Sorry. Are you okay?
Yeah. I
Here.
think so.
Look.
Fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, we're coming to your city or a city near you, probably.
We're coming to your city. We're coming out. We're going to do live shows, live podcasts. These shows are going to be in the round. They're going to be really exciting. We're going to do set up a table in the middle of the theater, and it's going to be you and me facing each other, audience all the way around us.
You're not gonna have that gun, are you?
No, I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm going to bring the gun to select states, depending on
Just the red ones,
the laws. Yeah. We're going to. This is really exciting. Our 2025 tour. We've never gone on tour before. We've
never even done a live show. So
we're going to Rochester, Maine.
We're going to Little Rock, Arkansas.
We're going to Boise, Idaho.
We're going to Bellevue, Montana.
Madison, Wisconsin.
We're going to Portland, Oregon.
Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We're going to go there.
We're not going to Florida. Sorry.
Macon, Georgia.
Macon, Georgia. Chattanooga, Tennessee. We're going to You already said Rochester.
Here, how about this? I'll give you the city, and you give me the state. Okay. Huntsville,
Alabama,
Scranton,
Pennsylvania,
Syracuse,
New York,
Duluth,
Missouri,
Minnesota, Lubbock.
We're not going to Lubbock. Fuck off.
Fargo,
North Dakota,
Spokane,
Washington.
Spokane.
Spokane or
Spokane,
Washington.
Or how is it? Spokane or Spokane?
They'll tell us when we get there.
Provo.
We're not going.
I like how when you don't know what it is, you just take it off. I'm going to delete that.
Cancel it.
We're not going there. Amarillo,
Texas.
Asheville.
We're not going.
Topeka,
Kansas.
Santa Fe,
New Mexico.
Shreveport,
Louisiana.
Grand Rapids,
Michigan.
Lexington,
Kentucky.
Flagstaff,
Arizona.
Little Rock.
I already said we're going to Little Rock.
And you actually lied earlier. The last one, Tallahassee. Wrapping it up in Tallahassee.
I'm not
Ty's not going to be at the Tallahassee show.
Yeah, I'm not.
Special guest William Waffles at the Tallahassee show. This is going to be really exciting.
It's going to be really exciting. This is a huge financial risk for us because we're both going to have to take a lot of time off from our jobs and actually fund the travel and accommodations and all that.
And so it's a financial burden also.
We're really going to need you guys to kind of kick in some money in advance to make this thing float, because we're like, honestly, like we don't have the means to actually make this happen as of now.
So
but with your help,
you can go to our like Instagram, go to the hyperlink or the hyperlink in the description of this episode.
Cash App $ awesome Ty.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's keep it all coming to them. And you could donate to many of the outlets that we have and help us out with that, because this show's going to be free. We don't really have the audience to tour. Yeah, which is worrying me.
I mean, like we to be full disclosure with you guys, to be fully transparent, we don't have any venues locked up for any of these cities yet.
No, that's not true.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, that's not true.
Okay.
We do. We have venues. We have venues for all of them, except for
Shreveport.
Let me tell you, except for Tallahassee, Little Rock, Flagstaff, Lexington. We haven't locked down.
Do we have Rochester?
Grand Rapids close. No. Fargo, Lubbock, Scranton, Huntsville, Peoria.
Hey, that's like all of them.
Mobile, Sioux Falls, Madison, Rochester. Those are the only ones that we haven't locked in a venue for.
All right. Well,
but we're in talks with people. We're going to get this going. We're going to get it locked in. We're doing in the round. We're going to have, so first off, Satchmo is going to be opening the show.
He's going to be doing a tight 10, maybe 15.
Yep. And he's going to tell you the story of him and his human trafficking days.
Yeah, it's going to be like stand-up, but when it's just all one long story.
It's going to be like a Hannah Gadsby, like sad stand-up.
Yeah.
And he's going to tell you about all the things that were stuffed inside of his hand hole. And it's going to be cool for some of you guys. But then the other half of you guys, because it's in the round, are going to be able to see me or Ty that's behind the table, like, doing the thing. Full disclosure. Because, I mean, half of the people are going to they're going to see it. Satchmo needs assistance to talk.
He does.
Because of his struggles that he's been through.
I figure we can build like a box where the hand can just come out of the box and nobody sees who's inside the box operating.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we're telling him how the sausage is made. Like, we should just know that Satchmo...
Cut that out, Jerry. Just cut it out. Just cut all that out. Satchmo's going to be there. He's going to be opening with a tight 10. We're going to do like a in memory of Smart Plug type thing.
Yeah. We're a live performance of I'll Be Missing You by Puff Daddy and Faith Evans.
Who's performing that? Us?
Us, yeah. You and me.
Okay, you and me are going to do that. Then we're going to go straight.
Step I take.
Yeah. We're going to do the whole song, even the long... extended chorus at the end.
When this life is up. I'm giving them too much.
Yeah, you are. And then we're going to do a Q&A. After that, we're going to jump right into a Q&A.
Yeah.
Probably do a good hour Q&A. Let you guys get all your questions off your chest.
I mean, depending on attendance, obviously, we don't know how many questions you guys are going to have for us, but I anticipate at least an hour's worth of Q&A.
Yeah.
And then
we're going to take an intermission.
Yeah. Like probably like a half hour.
Maybe a little bit more, so people could get food.
Yeah, we could go have dinner or lunch or whatever. I don't know what time we're doing this, but
probably different in every city.
Yeah.
And then we'll do a long intermission so everybody can go get something to eat. You can go maybe take a nap if you need.
I'm gonna get drunk. I'm going to get drunk between the Q&A and the actual live show, and then
come back, and then we'll start the podcast section of the live show, which is where we record a podcast.
And you'd think that would be it for the night, right? But no, it's not. You're going to get live performances of us playing our rap songs that you guys probably haven't heard. I haven't heard them in a while, but we used to make like rap music, and we're gonna. And that's going to be really
computer play Mikey Booyah.
Highlight of the evening.
This is Michael Bublé from Spotify.
This is one of my songs that I made. Computer stop.
So be sure to come out for those, and be sure to
we're going to perform those, and then we also then have a charity raffle happening after that.
Raffle.
That money is going to be going towards smart plugs. burial.
Yeah, we have a very expensive and extensive, those rhyme, funeral service planned for Smart Plug, but as of right now, we don't have the financial means to make it all happen. So
Yeah, but he wanted a lot.
Yeah, he
wanted
had
a big thing.
he had a long list of demands for his funeral service, and it's only right that we make it happen for that little guy.
Then we have a science segment after that, where we're going to be doing experiments, and we're going to be doing cool things like like volcano. We make a volcano in science class.
Yeah,
volcano adjacent.
Okay,
but not quite a volcano because that's messy, and that's also cliche. People have done a volcano, but we're going to do cool stuff like that. Then we got a bunch of Nintendo 64s. And we're all gonna we got couches and TVs, and we're
just gonna hang out. We're gonna hang out and play some GoldenEye.
Yeah, we're gonna vibe out, do kind of like a lock in at the rec center simulation.
Yeah,
is what it is.
Yeah, and
that's 9 hours.
That's a lot of time to commit.
Yeah,
so you're getting you're basically getting like 5, 6, maybe 7 different events rolled into one. And again, we're apparently not charging for this. So I mean, the value on your end is
you're getting hooked up.
Yeah, you're getting.
So after the lock in at the rec center, we're going back into the venue. Okay. We set everything back up at the venue, and then we do
I gotta pee so bad. I'm sorry.
You gotta pee? Okay, I'll continue running through it.
Continue running. I'll be right back.
Okay. So we're going to go back into the venue, and then what we do is a preparation for next week. So that way, we're doing these podcasts off the top. They're tough. We're really nervous to go on tour. We're talking about it. Ty had to go pee. So what we're going to do is we're going to practice. We're going to get ourselves prepped for the next night. We're going to kind of run the bits by you, run the jokes by you. Because this show isn't improv, it's not off the top. This is all written down. We rehearse this for weeks in advance. Ty would never let me tell you guys this, but we rehearse this all the way down to this P right here, and we just want to make sure that everything's ready for the next night. Everything's tight. Then after we do that, which is the rehearsal for the next night, we do another Q&A, because the Q&A at the beginning, a lot of you guys probably didn't know who we were, and you were like, what am I going to ask a question? I'm going to ask a question of some guy that I don't even know. You're going to be like, you're back. Okay. So
after that, we're just getting started, folks, because you guys have heard of a little thing called midget wrestling.
I didn't get to the midget
midgets,
wrestling.
Baby.
I didn't get to the midget wrestling yet. So what I did do was we talked about I totally lost it all.
Oh yeah.
We do the second Q&A.
The second, because you're gonna have after having witnessed all of this, you're gonna have so many questions.
There we go. That's exactly what I said. I said that at the beginning, you probably didn't know who we were. You didn't know what to ask. You were like, these are some guys I don't know. What am I going to ask them? At the end or in the middle, at this Q&A, then you can ask the real questions, the hard-hitting questions that you've written down, hopefully, throughout the show. Then midget wrestling after that.
Oh, I wasn't going to say just midget wrestling. Well, you've heard of midget wrestling. You've heard of mud wrestling. We're gonna get some midgets to mud wrestle.
Damn.
So yeah, and the mud, is gonna be. Mud is making it sound far more sanitary than it's gonna actually be. We're talking slop, more like slop wrestling.
Yeah.
So where we get this slop, it's gonna be locally sourced slop. So kind of depending on the slop that each town has, you got to assume that the slop in Tallahassee is gonna smell and look way different than the slop in the Rock.
Different animals around
Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids slop is said to have been some of the stinkiest and most foul slop on the country. So
and we're gonna be performing in the bad parts of town.
Yeah. We don't get
the sloppiest.
Nice. Yeah, the sloppiest slops.
So we're gonna be using that slop for this midget slop wrestling, and we have Bridget the midget's old roommate. that lived with her during her porn career.
Fidget
the midget.
Yeah. Yes.
Then we got what was that other guy's name? The little.
He's just a little guy. Looks like he typically dresses like a rock star. Like he's almost supposed to look like the midget version of Bret Michaels from Poison.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got like long blonde hair. He's got like a bandana.
Yeah. Ashton. That's his name.
Ashton the midget.
We got Ashton the midget, Fidget the midget. They're gonna do a man versus woman to the death slot brawl.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, we gotta. It's not gonna really be to the
midget
death.
To the midget.
The
death.
last stop on the tour, we might have an actual death, but
at that point we're done.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It doesn't matter.
So
yeah, we're gonna have to get rid of these midgets afterwards anyway. So
yeah, we can't pay them. We don't have
yeah. So then after the midget wrestling, then we're gonna do the second half of the podcast.
Yeah. I mean, we're just getting started.
We'll do our live recordings. We'll do our bits. We'll do that stuff. Then William Waffles, who is going to be following throughout the tour, but he's also going to be
because I'm not allowed in Florida, so
you're not going to
Tallahassee. I hate to burst your bubble, but
he'll be on the last one. But he's going to be following us through the tour, and he's going to do his segment after that second part of the podcast.
He's going to do like a TED Talk type deal where
I don't know what it is.
He's got a bunch of wild philosophies that none of us really buy into, but he's very, he's very adamant about coming out. And, and he's going to basically teach you how to live your life. He's going to give you some life advice and kind of tell you, different diets you should be following. He's going to tell you some stuff about the stars, which may or may not be true. But
why sugar's bad or something like that.
He's going to give you a whole, he's going to tell you some stuff. It's going to be a TED Talk.
It's going to tell you stuff.
Bill Talk.
That's going to be good. Then we have world class, world famous petting zoo to the stars. Okay. This petting zoo was at Tom Cruise's kid's birthday party. Vin Diesel's kid's birthday party. It was at Matt Damon's birthday party.
Matt Damon's?
Yeah.
It was at Matt Damon's birthday party.
Matt Damon's birthday
Jesus
party.
Christ, how did you book this? How did you get this? How did you do it?
So I called in a favor to one Bob Depperschmidt, a detective that we worked with.
Yeah. Disgraced Chicago homicide detective and
moved from
ended
Chicago
up into Southern California. He's been working as a private dick. He's been working as a private dick for a few years now.
And we've hired him for quite a few things.
He's done a number of jobs.
We've built a good rapport with him.
We've got a good working relationship with Bob Depperschmidt. So, you know what? Like, say no more. Like that tells me all I need.
I asked him for a little help. He came through.
Bob Depperschmidt makes things happen.
So let's see. So after that, I'm trying to remember what was on the itinerary after that. I know that there's after that, it's kind of just like a bunch of bullshit, but it's like 5 or 6 more segments. Then we do a Q&A at the end.
Yeah.
Towards the end.
Yeah. And then after the party, it's the after party. And it's going to be kind of like just basically
lobby.
All the stuff that goes down in the remix to Ignition, including the pissing, is gonna go take place, and that's gonna be at whatever hotel we end up staying at.
And then that also reminds me, people that are here in let's see, what was that first place that we are going to? Rochester, Minnesota?
Rochester, New York.
People in Rochester, New York. So you're going to have to come with us to Boise, Idaho. So part of the show actually is travel to the next venue because we're really nervous that we're not going to have anybody show up.
Yeah. So if we could just kind of like generate like kind of almost
people
like a
along the way.
I feel like that's how the Grateful Dead got off to their start. You know what I mean? They just forced their first crowd into going on the road with them and following them from city
Isn't
to
that
city.
A big thing with
and
them
then it just
like
kind of
fish?
It kind of snowballed, and that's kind of what we're looking to do. Yeah, I do. I look at us almost as like a modern day podcast equivalent to fish.
Yeah.
You know,
I can see that
in just numerous ways. So it's gonna
we go on and on in like a weird way.
And then by the time we hit whatever the New Mexico one was, we're going to have just a massive crowd, and we're going to be doing stadiums potentially. So,
yeah.
Yep.
So you guys have to follow us throughout it. That's part of the thing.
And this all gets started by you sending us, enough money to make this first one happen. So, like, that's really, at this juncture, what we need from you is to donate so we can make this thing happen. Let's get this train rolling, baby.
Yeah.
Let's good times rolling.
All right. I think that's it. I think that's all we got. Should we probably 30th anniversary of Peter Pan?
Oh yeah.
That.
Be sure to sign up for Disney Plus, get entered in the contest to win that Smee plushie. I know it's very, like I said, it's it's rotund and plush.
Yep. That'll be exciting. And then everybody sound off and let us know time code for when we said the secret word, which was collateral, right? Collateral?
It was pamplemousse.
I don't think we said pamplemousse the whole time. So sound off for the time code for when we said collateral, and you will win a special prize, a spiff.
Maybe it's one of the Smee plushies. No, it's not.
It's not. We love you. Bye.
Natural Habitat Recordings.